I'm Leanne Tugan and I'm the clinic manager here on the Amundsen. Well, essentially once you arrive, you're sent to the main dispatch area and given a chart and assigned a chart number so we can sort of track you on ship and also match that with the lab tube samples that we're going to take. And then you're brought up after that sort of initial greeting with your chart to the clinic. There's a little bit of a rush early in the morning because people have generally been fasting, so they haven't had anything to eat for 8, sometimes 12 hours, and we really need to get a lot of their fasting blood work done right away. One of the things that we do with participants who've been fasting is we do after we've taken blood work, which is for a whole bunch of sampling around contaminants and fat levels in the blood and a whole bunch of other things they're looking at. We also then do a quick finger poke to check their fasting glucose level. And if it's within a normal range, then we give them a very super sweet glucose drink. And what happens is they ingest that, and what we're looking for is, are they able to clear that extra sugar load in a certain time period? So we then are going to need to bring them back in 2 hours and draw one other blood sample to see how they did with that extra sugar load. And it's really a screening test for diabetes. The other sort of critical time thing from a clinic perspective, besides getting the initial blood work done and getting this glucose drink in, is we, for participants who are over 40, we attach a small sort of heart monitor called a Holter monitor, which they need to wear for about a 2-hour time period. And then they're free to then go to other sort of stations on the ship, such as interview. Some of the more advanced tests, like women who are over 40, will go for things like bone density screening. Anyone over 40, male or female, we'll have a carotid Doppler, which is looking at the vessels in the neck to see if there's any sort of blockages as an early indication of risk for stroke, those kinds of things. So after their 2 hours are up, going to these specialized tests and having an interview, they come back to us in the clinic where we can remove this Holter monitor. That's then downloaded into a computer for all of data about their heart rhythm and rate and those kinds of things. And they're then free to go for coffee. We fill out a little passport for them with some of the parameters that we take on ship. The nurses will do some basic screening in terms of height and weight measurements. We do a waist circumference and calculate their body mass index and some of those things that will give them an idea of their risk factors for diabetes and heart disease. And we also do blood pressures and just general pulse screens. Some of those immediate things like blood pressure, we can put in a little passport for them and give them some immediate results, but the bulk of the results from the blood testing that we're doing and the downloads that we do from the heart monitoring will probably take overall about 4 or 5 months before they come back to the participants. The study's going great so far. I mean, we're all really excited. There's a wonderful group of nurses that are excited to be here, and it's just some of us have worked in these communities before, and this is a really neat opportunity to come back and see them from a different perspective, to see them from sea and to greet people that we've seen before and to see the participants so keen and eager to get on ship. It's been a great experience.